Hello everybody, my name is Ace. Today I'm going to be trying out the Jackdaw solo in a T3 Electric Abyss. So the reason I'm doing a Electric Abyss is because the Jackdaw has no bonuses to a particular type of missiles, because often Caldari ships, they'll have like a bonus to, I don't know, for example, kinetic missiles, so you'd use kinetic missiles, then you'd use an exotic one. But the Jackdaw has just bonuses to all missiles equally, so that's really good, because then we're going to do the electrical, because the electrical is a very easy to get good active tank because of the capacitor bonus you get in electrical sites. So I'm going to try doing the fierce electrical filaments. The thing is, in Destroyer Abyss, you get double the amount, about approximately, as Cruiser Abyss. So since we're doing T3s, we'll get about equivalent of Cruiser T4 loot, because this is just a rough approximation, like based on gut feeling, but you get about the double the amount of loot or value of loot for each tier you go up. So T4 gets about twice the amount as T3, etc. So we're doing about T4 level ISK right here. And also the thing is, this ship, okay, it's quite expensive, not very expensive, but quite expensive. It costs a little bit less than 300 mil, I think 250 mil, 260 mil, something like that. I've got a few implants. It's just not so crazy implants, some light missile and rapid just to get a bit of extra DPS on the missiles here. And I got power grid implant because this is one of the tightest fits I've ever had. Look at this, 0 CPU left, 0.2 power grid left, and it's just based on the shield booster fit. So I'm actually using a medium shield booster because this gives us a very good active tank, and also we'll get capacitor bonus in the electrical site, which will enable us to actually power this properly. Dual cap batteries helps a lot with the neuting, and it's just one multi-spectrum. I've got a compact on here because the Tech 2 one has not got enough CPU. You see there's a bit of problems with the CPU here, and what I could have done a Tech 2 and maybe some faction ballistic control systems, but that becomes quite expensive. So what I wanted to do here was just to keep this fit relatively cheap. So I didn't want to go up to 400-500 mil. However, that is definitely a very possible thing, because the thing is, often T4 running ships go for 400 to 500 mil, sometimes even more. So to be honest, you could actually bling this out with a couple of Caldari Navy ballistic control systems, upgrade the multi-spectrum, then you get a bit of extra tank, a bit of extra DPS. That's overall going to be a pretty well-rounded ship, I think. But this is more like just to test this, because I've actually not tested out this ship, so I obviously want to test this. I'm not saying that this is like, oh, this is a really reliable fit. I want to see how this goes, but I think this should be all right. This has a lot better tank than the Retribution that I use for Abyss, and it's also a pretty fast ship, and it has very good range with the light missiles, 53 kilometers, and we've got 312 DPS with that Pyrolancea drug I just took now. So that'll be DPS we're applying all the time. So let's just get into it. The Retribution, however, you have to like get in range, sometimes get a bit of transversal, and then it's not good there. So the Retribution does about 300 DPS on the close range ammo. This is 300 DPS all day, every day, so it's going to be killing stuff quite quickly. Obviously, as I said before, we're doing the EM missiles because the reduced EM resistance here. So that's a natural thing to have. Let's get a bit closer because it's not wanting to activate, I think. Okay, let's activate this. MWD, please activate MWD. I think it's hanging a bit because I'm on the test server right now. This is a test. Make it very clear, this is not like a a tried and tested thing. But I think it's fun to share these things with you, and also these are just things I would anyway do, so may as well share them so that other people at least know what works and what does not work. So let's get into this. We're going to obviously kite a lot. We're going to kite a lot to avoid a lot of DPS, but we do have a lot of tank as well to tank when it's necessary. Let's go for the Echo. The Lucifer Echo actually is a ship that does a lot of that can actually do quite a bit of webifying. That's something I need to be careful with, because if that is happening, then it's obviously, oh, there's a big hit right there. Smashing hits. Let's go in defense mode. Oh, this is not a good start here. Overheat this stuff a little bit. We're in defense mode now, so we're going to be a lot powerful. And you know, this Yeet Cloud. Yeet Cloud is going to make it so that we go really far. Oh, we're getting webified quite hard right here. Where is most of the damage coming from? I think it's in the cruisers, so maybe we should have gone for the cruisers first. That's something maybe we should have gone for. Let's Elite Lucifer, let's send about. Let's go. We're being webified so hard here. We can't really do anything, but our capacitor seems to be holding up pretty well, thankfully. We can also overheat quite a lot because of the Jackdaw's bonuses too. Okay, let's stop overheating that because we're tanking quite well. Oh, and maybe I want to stop overheating on this light missile right here. Oh, I didn't. I went for the wrong target. I wanted to go for the Lucifer Echo because that's the guy who's scrambling me. I went to the Dremel by accident, just a bit in stress here. That is a thing that happens in the Abyss. So it seems like I'm surprised. Actually, I'm tanking this pretty well. Obviously, in defense mode, going to be really good tank, but it's going to be big problems killing stuff fast. But I think it should be all right. As soon as this cruises down, I think we should have no problems. Yeah, I'm surprised actually tanking this pretty well, getting smashing shots. Okay, let's orbit this at 10 kilometers about, just so we just get a tiny bit of extra damage mitigation by keeping the transversal up a bit more. Yeah, I don't know really what happened there. I think the defense mode really just made me tank so much better. You can see here we're tanking like a complete boss right here. And when this Lucifer is down, this Cinnabelle is down, then no issue. Let's just overheat a tiny bit on the shield booster right here. Just a tiny bit on the shield booster. Because it seems like it's going down quite a bit, you can see here. The capacitor, really good. Really nice, love that. Let's actually make our way to the transfer conduit. Because we don't want to waste time. You know, time is a big thing, but it seems like time is going alright. When this Cinnabelle is down, we'll go to sharpshooter mode. Actually, let's go into sharpshooter mode now. Let's see if we can just maybe for a brief second do a little bit of extra damage. See if we can maybe kill this guy quickly. Because these angel ships, they mostly have their okay, that's not good. They mostly have their DPS in the shields, so it should go pretty fast when it comes to their armor. Oh, hitting big hits. No, this is a bit nervous, but he's almost dead. Tachyon Cloud, yay! This makes it that we're going a bit faster, negating even more damage. Come on, die, Cinnabelle. Oh my god, he's so annoying. Do these guys have they're pretty high EM resistances, but we should have a bit of reduced EM resistances in the T3 for sight. Let's go to the transfer conduit. Okay, Echo is going to go down now. And we're going to switch over to sharpshooter mode to do extra DPS. So we save a bit of time there. Alright, that went now pretty smoothly. If we forget about that initial how we got dunked there. So as I said before, this is the first time testing this out, but this is something now we've learned now, is that always go for the cruisers first, or try to take them out first before you take, or at least the echoes, so that we are not held in place. But then again, it seemed like we were not really able to kite these guys because they're just so damn fast. Maybe take out the cruisers first, that could be an opportunity. However, just one thing to just remember is that I took out a few frigates before I took out the cruiser, and that reduced a bit of the DPS, so that is also maybe would have helped a bit, because it took a bit of time to kill that cruiser right there. But I think it would have been better to just go for the cruiser straight away, because as soon as that guy is dead, we could obviously overheat in the beginning, and then as soon as that guy is dead, just to kill everything else, it goes very smoothly. Like this guy, and it's so nice with the light missiles. You don't have to think about transversal. You just shoot, and then you just wreck them pretty hard. 2 shots, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's just reload. Get this transfer conduit. I wonder what we're gonna get now. A really nice range. I love this 53 kilometer range. 300 DPS wherever we are going. Okay, FE Altis. This should be no problem whatsoever. Let's just go for the spearfishers first, because they're going to have big problems in terms of making us not able to kite. Please pull range, please, before the FE Altis come and wreck my face. No warp. Oh, we've got 5 webifying ships. Oh, not webifying, scrambling ships, but I think I should be able to take them out. This is the closest one here. This FE Altis spearfish is pretty close, but went out very quickly actually. 3 shots, I think, 3 or 4 shots just to kill him. Yeah, see that? Boom. Oh. Okay. Yes, very simple, very easy. Not even taking any damage at all in the sharpshooter mode. It's really nice. FE Altis seems to be clearly one of the easier waves, even with the, the spearfishers, the ones who scram you, not having much issues at all. A bit annoyed, a bit nervous being so close to the boundary box, especially with the yeet cloud. Just gonna throw me into the abyss and die straight away. That'll be very unfortunate to see. Spearfisher. It's like I don't even have to. It's just so nice with the light missiles, because I don't even have to think much about the range I'm keeping because of the 53-kilometer range. I just go wherever I feel like it and just wreck their faces. Wreck their faces. Let's see, locking them out. Let's make our way to the transfer conduit. We could actually, this is also a thing, we could actually go for the extraction nodes if we were very comfortable. Like, obviously now I've not tested this fit out a whole lot, so I'm now being a bit cautious. But if I were to do this a lot and I would be very like experienced with this, I could probably feel comfortable enough to go to the these extraction nodes, because we're going pretty fast, so we go not at all a lot of time will be wasted going to the extraction nodes. And also we've got a really long range on our light missiles, so we'll keep being able to do damage even while we're grabbing the extraction nodes. That's really nice. Let's keep it range here. Keep it range and wreck this Ephialtis's. Time seems to be good. Time is pretty decent right there. So, oh, what the heck? I took a massive amount of damage right there. What happened right there? Oh, what the hell is going on? Oh no. Defense mode. What happened right there? I think the reason is because Ephialtis, they have guns on them. So I think basically we were always tanking the guns by keeping at range. Yeah, so this is also another thing learned. Just don't get comfortable with just staying point blank on the Ephialtis, because they will do a lot of damage. What the hell is this damage? Yeah, do not want to get hit by those guys, because the damage you were taking before wrecks. Another wrecking shot. What the hell? I think we took another wrecking shot, like multiple wrecking shots. That's why also that we that's why also I took a bit of damage. It seems like they've got guns that have very short range. I've never really thought much about this, because the thing is, I do a lot of Abyss in Nagila, and that just is just able to face tank everything. Not at all an issue. So I think maybe it's just they've got like these guns that do quite a bit of damage. You see that EM and thermal damage right there, that 51? That must be their guns, and they have a pretty short range. So initially when we were keeping a pretty long range, we were able to take to avoid the damage by just keeping range. But the missiles were not doing much to us, because they don't seem to be that powerful. They've got missiles as well, I think. Let's go on these guys. Let's see where their missiles. Do they have missiles? I think they do have missiles. Yeah, you see that missile right there? They don't seem to do much damage, but their blasters or their weapons seems like, I think they've got beams actually. They do quite a bit of damage. So I just have to think about that. Don't get a close range, because then they'll wreck our faces with that. So it's good, like doing these tests, you learn a lot of things. You learn a lot of new things, because, you know, it's hard to make an Abyss fit that can just face tank anything that requires zero brain activity. That's something I really like with the Abyss, because you have to be somewhat tactical in what you do, otherwise you can die. Like I have to keep my range here. The Gila is obviously though one of those exception cases, which is basically like, it's quite easy to get that ship to just charge in, not really care much about the damage it takes. I mean, obviously it does actually, you do have to use some brain activity, because if like the Charybdis Tyrannos can be big problems sometimes, but otherwise it's you really like it's not much you have to think about. You can just tank most of the things. Okay, we're a bit this is one of those Nutriglavian ways. Let's take out the Kikimora, because I've heard that Kikimoras are pretty bad. I've fought Kikimoras in my Gila a lot, but I've not fought it so much in the frigate Abyss, or like smaller type destroyer slash frigate Abyss. So I just want to take them out, because I think they've got pretty good range. They've got a bit more range than your Vedmax. Also got pretty good tracking with the small disintegrators, so I want to be a bit careful right there. Okay, got some. Take out the Damaviks now. Take all the small stuff. The Dracovac hit me there. 35-kilometer range. I think I could tank it though, because I think we've got pretty high thermal and explosive resistances. Oh, look at that EM resists. That is also why I think that those Ephialtises are doing so much damage, because their blasters did EM damage. We have no EM resistance. That's actually a thing I could maybe improve on the fit. Maybe put a rig that adds some EM resistance or something, because the Jackdaw naturally has a very low EM resistance compared to most shield boats. And if you then have a electrical sight like we're doing now, which further reduces the EM resistance, like you can see there, minus 30% EM resistance penalty, then it's going to be even bigger problems with the EM damage. So that's also something to think about here, because if we have we've basically got 0%, I could go 1%, but you care about that. 67 AHP per second, that's not at all a lot of HP per second, but if we count all our EHP together, then we do actually have a pretty decent active tank. I think in the defense mode I have like 180 EHP per second, so that's pretty good right there. That's what some of the low tier, like basic gear fits actually have. Okay, let's go for the striking Drekavac. And if it wasn't obvious, I'm not taking up the biocombinative caches because it's the test server stuff, doesn't really matter here. I can't really be bothered. Yeah, so this seems to be why we're tanking them so well. I'm actually curious now. This could actually be why we're taking a lot of damage before. Let's see now if we can. There's like 1,000 there. Are we able to show more stuff here? Oh no, I can't. Otherwise, now I'm thinking maybe the reason maybe I was taking so much damage from those angel ships is maybe they do, because I know angel ships, they usually do the explosive and kinetic damage, but maybe the ones in the abyss do like they have mixed resist. They could also do EM damage, so maybe there was a particular ship that was doing EM damage. Maybe the cruisers do EM. Oh, wrecking shot again. Let's actually turn off this MWD because we're taking too many wrecking shots. The angel ships maybe were doing EM damage, the abyssal ones, because the abyssal ones are often very different from the real ones in the like on Tranquility or the you know, the actual the normal angel rats. Oh my god, stop! Can he just die? Drekavac, why is he not dying? He's getting remote repped, yep. Let's keep it ranged now. I'm tired of this guy. Okay, there we go. I think it also is because I went in defense mode. My missile range is a bit less. Let's keep it. Just get out of range of this Drekavac. Keep it range. Keep it range. Okay, let's just stay here because his missile, his disintegrator range is like 40 or 35, I think, kilometers, 37, something like that. So look, now we're here. He can't even shoot. His disintegrators don't activate. Oh no, I can't shoot you, no! Come closer, Isfis. No, we're not gonna come close to you. Stupid Drekavac. Wreck this kid. Okay, he's basically dead now. So that's a T3 electrical done in the Jackdaw. I'm happy with the fit. I'll look at the combat. You know, actually, I'm gonna pull up the logs now. We're gonna take a look at the combat log, see if we can find any if there was a EM damage done, because you can actually find it in a file that you find in the like the documents folder on your desktop, that you can find the combat logs, like the full ones. Let me just see if I can find it. Okay, so this is a combat log analyzer, you can see, and it's like just a website. You can just put the combat logs you file on your desktop and put it here. And you can't really, unfortunately, you can't see the resistance type, so that's a bit annoying. I think it's because I did not, because you can show here, like show 1,000 or show 100, so it's not showing them all here because I can't see the type of damage type. Well, maybe it doesn't even say the damage type here. No, I don't think it shows a damage type, but because I'm just interested if one of these angel ships, they have a damage type that is an EM. Let's see now. We got a lot of damage from the Dramiels. And the Cinnabels. Okay. So basically the Dramiels and the Cinnabels are the ones that manage to do the amount of damage, the most amount of damage to me. Definitely the Cinnabel, look at that. 261 damage, average damage. I think that's damage per hit or damage per second or something. Because there was only one of them. There was a ton of Dramiels, so it's quite natural that they did quite a bit of damage there. So it definitely seems like the Cinnamel is dangerous, and then after that the Dramiels, those are the second dangerous ones. But I think it will be worth it to just go for just burn in, go for the or not burn in, but like home in on the Cinnamels and kill them off straight away. Let's see if I can actually find on if there's some kind of website that tells me the damage type it does. Yep, this is it. Look here, Elite Lucifer Cinnabel, EM damage 8. This is exactly why. So this makes 100% sense why they were doing so much damage to me. Look at this, 8 damage, or you could say like 80% of their damage. They got 3 on the explosive, but then they got 8 of their like damage goes into the EM hole that we've got. So definitely it means that we could, first of all, prioritize a little bit better. I could have gone for the Lucifer Cinnabel straight away. Also, I could possibly I could have added a EM award thing, or EM booster thing here, because the thing is, this compact multi-spectrum shield hardener is not particularly good. So and I think the EM shield hardeners, they do have actually a little bit less CPU requirements. So let's just see if we can actually remove this shield hardener. Okay, now there's a big amount of CPU requirements there. Yeah, so it seems to be a bit hard to. Yeah, I would need to have like some kind of CPU implant or something, because it'd be very difficult to fit that in. And also the other resistances are going to be a lot worse as well. But now I learned something new. It seems like the Jackdaw is fully capable of doing T3 Abyss sights, but need a lot of training, need to maybe refine the fit a bit. And but otherwise it should be pretty good income. T4 level income in a ship that's worth less than 300 mil. I would say that's pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this was it went on for quite a while. I just wanted to analyze these findings we found a lot. But if you did like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.